guys, what Jeff was to hear. I do apologize. I did a previous recording, and my system, of course, didn't do any of the audio recording, so kind of missed kind of a fair amount. So just gonna give you a quick up to speed moment on as to what's all really been happening. We ran around all day chasing to protect the Kupos, and we killed the King Kupo, which is in this dungeon right here. So we killed the King Kupo and his minions. Essentially, he's kind of like a primal, but not a primal. Kind of interesting, but so we killed the King Kupo. After we killed the King Kupo, we have Yaguri, who we have just met, and with Yaguri, pretty much, having to gain them asylum because the Syndicate are not wanting to cooperate on giving them asylum because one of the Syndicate leaders is greedy beyond disbelief. So because of that, we are now going on a mission trying to give them asylum in Moderna, where our new Psycon facility is going to be headquarters. So that's where we're at. So we're going to go ahead and continue as needed, okay? Alright guys, let's continue on with this epic journey here. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too long. Have they been sequestered on board that ship? Enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Mohammadi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Madonna. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle. We're on the Immortal Flames. Here that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will now bear the cost of escorting more than 200 units for Dana. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 7 caverns and the Doman's behalf. Very well, we should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen the good people, it is the least I can do. What me, you shall ever have a friend in the building. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. A little person to save the day. Well, sounds like we all have the work to do, Lady Yaguri. Let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Odoman friends to you. After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What do you say? Alright, let's continue to stack that gold. Alright, more gold, huh? Alphanod has a mind to send you to Vesper Bay. As we speak, the Domans prepare the departure at Vesper Bay. We're informed they will be transported by carriage to Kuda. That said, this shall all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees require some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Jeppo, sir, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process. Do tasks, great and small and short, whatever we must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive, as Lady Yuguri tells it. Alrighty, back to our wonderful Vesper Bay. Keep on coming back to this place 110-fold after us moving our facility. It's crazy. You think we would be done in this area, but apparently not. Alright, let's get on our ship and let's get ready to fly. Been a great storyline, guys, I ain't gonna lie. Granted, I'm not getting a lot of XP, but I'm not too worried about my level. Alright. Greetings, Alphanod informed me that a Psychon would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance of what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given to my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I fail. I think so. On a wild goose chase to find children. Okay. Now we're breaching the barrier of being a little excessive. Hello there, Yosin. I'm Yosin, son of Hosen. Will be coming with us to Ulda. I hear we're traveling by Horseburg Dawn carriage. But don't you think they're courier giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try one, but what's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help though. We're just but Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Are we literally having to play a game of hide and seek? A game of hide and seek just to find these children. 3 children hiding. Unreal. Hey, you're not Gosen. Oh, I'm Koro Jepos. Hey, I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute, you're one of those stallions, aren't you? No, Psychons. Then you must know Lady Yaguri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek. Oh, right. Always be one hiding. Here's this. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yosen didn't say anything about adults. No, I don't know. It sounds scary, but if Yosen says it's safe, I'll go. Thank you. Rad. Where are you at, buddy? Here he is somewhere. How'd you find me, Bah? Guess I need to practice more, or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the girl needs to find me. Oh, children, children, children. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. I see that you are curious. It is quite simple, really. Ida Yagori thought it was best that the children know what to do. Hope that those days are behind us. At long last, Wilson and his group are ready to leave Best Bay. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest of their regular intervals. My family and I, father, might be traveling in the carriage together with the young Kavaru, who I believe you've already met. You'll understand that the road to Ulda is regularly patrolled by your brass blades. It would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Ready. Really quick. Iron coachman. Eager to be off? Well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. The blades say we might have trouble. Fierce looking beastie been sighted south of the bridge to the Himalaya. Might be as someone's eye are playing tricks on me. Of course, but I don't pay the gamble in this business. Now I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lad here's another story. So I was thinking you might be going ahead. Road there is safe, so I recommend that far on our own, assuming that the self-same bastards don't try to rob us. That is. Alrighty. Let's go look ahead. How far ahead are we going? Going way out there. Alright. Time to keep on flying. All the way out to this bridge. Stuff. Really, bro? Get out of here. Sent you. Get out of here. Ain't no game. goes. Our little- So there was a beastie was being an operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, sir. Well fought. If only I was in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Hey, my son don't mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring to. That is me. I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes, last but not forgotten, Lady Yaguri's kinsman, least of all, they fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one ever begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to see to she who has given everything, we shall give her all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Matters not reference told. Hey, Mr. Jipper, Cora and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Oh my gosh, out of nowhere, are you kidding me? To amass a fortune, to go wherever the wild rose blossoms, to gain power. Like roses, I think I understand. I mean, they're really nice. My turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Jipper, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Pretty? It is a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. It is a bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving. It is the home of to the Psychons of the Seventh Dawn. Is it? A stone's throw. Okay. Oh, so you live there with your friends? That means you'll always be there to protect us. Enough, Koru. It's my turn again, mister. When I'm done, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have? Got new experiences and adventures. Fight. My weapons, armor. Oh man. Oh, that's good. Seek out new experiences and adventures. Train every day. So my father was right. How do you do it then? Come, tell me, and don't leave anything out. All right. That's enough questions for Mr. Jetbuster. That's not fair. Why does Yosin get to ask two questions? I want to know about it. More, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Jetbuster. I won't forget. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Jeposter and Lady Yagari. Yeah, just like Mr. Jeposter and Lady Yagari. We could talk more about it on the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Gotta make those kids proud, boys. Alright, speak with Delphinon at the quicksand. Alrighty. Get to flying. People are blowing up things over there. Okay. Get the hook on it. Alright. In the past time, Lady Yagori met with the guild representatives. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here at Thunderland which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Dome delegation. Speak with Slothborn upon your arrival. He is the one whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yagori to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which has come saved. Alrighty, back to Donna. Slothborn. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yagori and her associates. I grant you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our Dareth of provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work. Master Slothborn, you may rest assured that we will carry out our orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I am concerned. As you wish, Slothford. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedents. Seven Hells Chipper, so why are you wasting time with me? See them to the Rising Stones. Look at that outfit. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Alrighty, let's see here. Oh! Yuri. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your lady. We shall join you in the Rising Stones. To the Rising Stones we go. Enter the solar. There's no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Balstian continue to beat with failure. Your anger has explored other adventures of inquiry, but they too have yielded not. We will preserve our, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny you that this matter falls outside our normal review. But that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Yugori is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond word, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we will need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at it. Should you require anything else, pray speak with Slothford and Lady Yugori. Jetbuster? Lemon and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Domin friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Your stool should be returning anon with a report from Ashiel. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the Emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The Emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the Emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the Echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
All right, looks like Lady Yugiri is gonna come on an epic adventure with us. Julia wishes to share some final words on the coming mission prior to departing from Sun Mesa. Finally, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experiences, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet, so long as there is even a chance that the primal's return might be prevented, we must needs spend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to La Mesa and meet with the Admiral. She will have been idle in the intervening time, and would doubtless have valuable information. Back to La Mesa. Time to go talk to the Admiral. Bathriel, the Storm Sergeant. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Ah, there is our good old leader. Welcome, friends. I take Yashua has appraised you for the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Shagani have not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Sunland to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Psychons as support in this endeavor. But if gods forbid our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Midfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with my own eyes. That's so. Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Private jet. Our scouts are currently reconnoitering Shanhegan's movements within the spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be appraised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falkrida has charge of the garrison. Never-ending story of primal this, primal that, primal this, primal that. Let's see, we fought fire, wind, earth, and now we're fighting water. The elements aspect. Possibly. Oh, and thunder or lightning, but he's kind of in the park for whatever reason. Way up there. Hello, bro. I've been expecting you, Psychons, at 7 Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of the citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent a Leviathan's return. Well, that was easy. I like that outfit, though. I ain't gonna lie. I want that. Does she have fangs? Oh no, I thought she did for a second. I was like, what? Okay. You may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe like this, like a foe the likes of this. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long. That ill may have befallen. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Saspa, all told here, and take the flask of restorative to those who need it. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you cover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into any territory, however, we can afford to lose you at this juncture. Okay, let's go. Not here before. Where am I? I actually do not know where I'm at. Oh, I've been here before, but I just never, like, went in this vicinity. it. Out of my way. Get out of my way. Here's one of our home slices. Oh, somebody all the times to forget restorative. In my life, we were ambushed by the Serpent Reapers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to lead this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, and I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Time for that. Nothing over here. Bruh, I do not got time for this. Get out of my way. I gotta carry the corpses back? That out of this wannabe cave. Flying is OP. Greatest thing ever. Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what the others? The corpses. God sobs. These ones were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they will go too far. I dread to think that what may have become of the two remaining unaccounted for. Pray that they haven't suffered the same fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forward. Oh, they do. Alrighty, so 2 people down, saved 1. How to continue? Boy, the gift of eternity. Christ, damned fishback bastards! I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls of all 7 hells. Commander, we are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want you to mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our soul-serving scout, the Sahigan and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Atheroid in the depths of Sapas. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahigan have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast in key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Saswa Atheroid and eliminate the Sahigan priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. Belstrom shall engage and distract the Sahigan's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-seen moment, a divisionary squadron formed of Galileans from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In the likewise, we Psychons shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahigan defense effort. Yepuster and Yeshua, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, but should be able to win through without drawing unwanted attention. Thancred and Yuguri, your mission is to lure as many Sahigan as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Yustula and Jebuster. We have all been set in motion. I myself shall cut a path to the Atheroid, accompanied by Lady Mithaya, as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends, to battle. When last did we fight side by side, Jebuster? Too long ago, I warned, but let us anyway. Dun 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 bum bum bum. Time to go on an epic journey. Where we go? Back to their encampment. Just charge in and blow up everything. Let's go. Out of my way. I don't got time for this. So. Get out of here. Kill everything in my path. Out of here. Where? Bruh. Somebody else. What I thought. Go, buddy. Lula. Hey, do not concern yourself. 'Twas of what a glancing will come. The Amphitrite is close at hand. Let us press on. Ah, my goodness gracious. Leviathan. How do you have the aid of...
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Kidding?
Did I miss much?
Here's my buddy. Oh, whoa, 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 ninja style. Oh, you crazy ninja boys. Let's go. That's where it's at.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Go, buddy. Ooh, thank grid. He's got the moves. Oh, oh, let's go, bro. Oh, get it, boy. Yeah.
To the Aetherite.
That was the most action-packed stuff I've seen in a while. Think, Rid. That was dope. That was good job. Good job, guys. Good job, Final Fantasy, on that part. Not gonna lie. Oh! Oh!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Hey! Nice!
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Get it, boys!
Long have you shriveled shorewalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Oh. Wow.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, Emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Alright, let's kill this bad boy.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Bruh. Understand, I speak of no moral of normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than odds in nature. Enough to raise the entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated yet. How in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Our play cries out for action. We must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none of that, you may be sure. But Lillian herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and match of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to the Mensa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. You are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe.
The same guy. So the same guy that does the voice acting for Sid is now doing it for Elazon, the Sly Friend, his admiral. What?
This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
God.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Our legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Guardians fear them so. What is it? Method General, I judged it best that that it be delivered as once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. What? One of the company of heroes? Details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it is Yeshua said, none save the company of heroes the best of Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Limus's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals can be offered to ignore this man if his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage should we not hear it. Damn it all. The twin vessels will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report of this supposed primal slayer's claims. Jetbusters, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning and idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Nonosa. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey be out there. That guy that I'm thinking of? Hold on. My gosh. Look here. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to them. Sir, that's what you said before. Had we picked those oranges for you before I mucked down the chocolate stables and before I rolled the milestone over to the mill, and also before. Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without the wink of sleep. 3 days, and you didn't hear me. I suppose some of us just eat meat of the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that all Tarantium will not eat generous soul. Now, prick up your ears, cause I won't be repeating myself to modesty. Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take. You wouldn't sit and can. The tale of the Tarantium's epic victory over the dread primal, the Bedius. This guy. Oh my gosh. Now Levidius is huge. Levidius This is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big of each of his scales is about as wide as me members long, and that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the pride he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me a trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a great mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanted to take all the glory for myself. I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic, perhaps too modest. Now there's some that say you can never truly beat Leviathan. That you've got to learn him and make him the best of a bad situation now. Not the company of heroes. Oh, it's you. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the tension is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in the chocobo's dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me members tiny. Me members tiny. It's pathetic. I sure as hell didn't forget Leviathan, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day and loitering about the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent, some alms off the coast, a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I sold myself right then and there. What? Oh gods, just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you're asking after Leviathan, I mean, you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible, dreadful. I tell you, if you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying whoreson! I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo. Depos to this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon, Leviathan? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you in the Morbus dry box, for you make your way here as soon as you are able. Oh my gosh. Ay. Alazan Slytherin. I'm told your jaunt to the Great Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off of the events of recent days, though. But even though of that nonsense, the moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the horror leader, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that your might even be in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The horror leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear to the Leviathan. Aye. Wow. Ah, I know that look. You're ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Horde Leader, the World Leader, may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Nalgik and Vamalis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Shenhegan and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Yashula, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force will not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. Igori. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sasva, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Yashula, if you would join the third, Levi and Lady Iguri the fifth. But what words have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Jebus. May the crystal bless and keep you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're getting ready to face the Leviathan. World Leader. Okay, joining the quest. Going home slice. Take down this bad boy, huh? Fire! Whoa! I don't know what he's getting ready to do, but he's throwing stuff at us. And he ain't missing. Oh! Come on, big boy. Holy smokes, he's huge. Wow. That's cool. Get it, boys. Get it, boys. This is the tail. Wow. Got the hiccups. You challenge me with trickery fools. Your mortal rises command all the rages. Alright, well, if we can't quell you, we can definitely put you on lockdown on this place. Come on, bro. Fight me, bruh. Fight me. Fight me. Get on. That was easy. That was way too easy. I don't even know like the definition of easy. Kind of weird. Wow. Report to me about the command room and let me send them all up. Wow. Okay, let's go report back to the commander. Right. Alright, before we continue really quick, guys, I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. Hold on. Alright, guys, let's continue. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few uses, but today I will permit myself a few words. I am truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, sir, and on that note, the Admiral waits you in the command room. Wink.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Istola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation, It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning, but when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Whoa! A heavy chest containing an item level 90 weapon. Weapon type determined by current job or class. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yaguri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for small fishing vessels. Look for any inconspicuous Haruman man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that members of the fraternity to which you will be introduced abide in the shadows of Mazian society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a stronger bond than metal. To wit, they are invariably something. Though it may be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far in their confidence. You must work for every bruise of trust they place in you. But here's a letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Okay, I want to look this up. Oh. Really now? I got new weapons. I want to see this. Is this better? Right on. Oh, it is a cool sword, though. Dark steel. Oh. Okay, where's that level 90? Oh, I haven't gotten it yet. I thought I got it for a second there. Hold on. Go that way, just as I thought. Business with me, venturer? Yes. So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eaten grin. But with that, all the do-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Okay. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner, what Mariaba says, went to train with us. Welcome to Lemensa, milady. I am Yagori of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership, but I would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. La Mesa's a city of pirates. To be sure, the pirates don't give two parts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but I've gotten nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. As you do have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose, I see you know that the precautions of my art too are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then, what in the Seven Hills are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yugari, or do what's it going to be more private surroundings. Surrounds hot. That didn't come out right, did it? Mr. Jepester, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us, Domans. No words suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I have begun imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Iguria has the air to a woman's bursting with gratitude, okay? Check our inventory really quick. Where is this cache? Level 90. Let's see what they mean by level 90. Onion shield and break blade. What? These are all still level 50. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. What in the world kind of weapons are those? Yagura has the air of a woman bursting with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffices to say I did not envisage being invited to play part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I am no longer a required escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. What that could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Back to the Rising Stones we go. We got miscellaneous weapons that do not seem to have in any context what I was expecting them, and they're not really of desired design that I want. Alright, let's go speak to Minfilia. Tancred's talking to the bartender, of course.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, no less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, What matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Oh boy.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Your anger will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which have been previously attributed to good King Gugulmog the Seventh. But the king is no more as a blessing for which we have to thank. Yet, all is not well in the 12 Woods. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude that even suggests the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you. Asila, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to revenants Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the seventh heaven awaiting a formal response. I see, mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Vasila, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Why is everybody trying to follow us? Jeff Sir should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Why are people trying to follow us? Left for a reason, man. This weird feeling to like being followed. Tales refugee. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Vilia and I lead the Cyclones of the Seventh Dawn. As well as we praise, it is you. We're ready and willing to work on same as the Domans. We just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. So good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Buddha for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what God took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man, not as simply his soul sooner than his alms, any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it is only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where that it came to be reverenced. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you can surely do the same for us. I feel the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of an extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so, it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? Ataru, if I might have a word. Ataru is Artemis. Ill tidings from Uda, my lady. Alphanod has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot and then went wild, apparently lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven Hells, now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. Lady, we are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we have more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation or prevarication, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphanautin quickly. If he is in danger or worse, I would have you, and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we are discussing earlier. Yeda and Palma will see to it. Alphanaut is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry. Is he being treated? Kidding me right now? Why, like, bro? I'm starting to get annoyed that people keep on trying to, like, kill Alphanaut. Like, just leave Alphanaut alone, bro. He's a kid from a great wizard of epicness that is on a mission to save the entire universe. Like, gold. Just standing there, dude.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
So I walked all the way over here to find out that you are okay, and yet I'm just supposed to listen to a story. as told before, it was all but inevitable that the incident of this kind would eventually occur with the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Ron has to say upon the matter. When are we gonna be done with doing everything at cooldown, man? This place seems to be like falling apart all the time. Wait, actually, where am I supposed to go? Oh, whoops. There. Bad. Wrong direction. Now is not a good time, Buster. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphanon, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your Shikorians. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories, pockets of resistance remained through Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little incident, I observed several of the refugees were armed and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with military weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. Now, none can deny that tensions between the Odal citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away, but would the motive would that motive a starving man to purchase arms in new? I think not. And what of those who have not been a single gil, even a single gil spent, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal veins? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have the time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning on moving on. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel and with good cause. Were he here to claim without the necessary proof, then these riots were instigated by outside forces. The monasteries would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility after all, and he had the Sultana have been the most outspoken opponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Chipbuster. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlement suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him yourself. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Alright, bro. Tell me what I gotta do. You look as though you have something to say, Jefferson, to you. What do you ask? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers could be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than our original. Very well. The Brassblades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin speaking with the blades posted there. Okay. Desperate times. Going all the way out here. Okay. Oh man. Burger. And what brings you here? Adventure, I search for refugees? Well then, you come to the right place. As you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that like that merchant who passed recently, gregarious fellow, that awfully appointed, can't say I was sad to see you go. You. A friend of the Sultan and army, I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazwaka's suspicions are correct. You haven't the foggiest of what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazwaka. He will explain everything. Little peoples. Oh, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon. You're not a flame. I see. If Lawford bid you to speak with me, then I take it you agree to help. 12 we raised for that because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution of holding class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha, a childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Not that one of our idealists has returned. However, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he that the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. A terrified refugee. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. What? Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? It's not fair. You should be here to soothe me. Why didn't you listen to me? Kidding me? Bruh. are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates, I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited he split us into two groups and sent us off on our own way. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter. And oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. A terrified refugee who would have find his brethren and convince him to lay down their arms. Other refugees are hiding in the caves southeast of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to defeat themselves. Packs of all bloody sellswords, they were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Only if we had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins in combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then we may agree to lay down their arms and renounce their God. Okay. It looks like we're on the road again. Look at this. Cave. Got it. Way over here. Seven hells, they found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the redundance point. So that's your need. It's aha, sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. You beat him like I was nothing. Thou almighty, what are we gonna do now? He's gonna give up. Simple as that. Oh. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them take a beating from you, and then the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? But where else would he be? Unless he went to storms thrown to others. Merchant wished to approach the refugees in Storm's Throw, but was waited until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop them from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to Rome. That's it. Okay. Okay. Road again. Let's see here. Yes. So have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others, but they said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with a man from Udo. The man said they were gonna change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. See, mister, are you looking for something? For merchants. He's the man who left with my parents, but I don't know where he is. Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Yeah, no, you don't wanna. Yeah, you don't wanna. I. Wait, go get him, mister. This guy. Mr. Full. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution, that's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees, the self-esteem refugees who terrorize the streets of Ula? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let us say I do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a quarrens or arse about politics. It was business only, business. Both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I'll tell you everything. What's all this commotion? 7 Hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Hold adventure, I would know more about your relationship with the victim as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it was obviously you are not the one who was seeking to carry on your investigation site. Why the heck would I be the one, like, being blamed for this? Are you kidding me? Like, bruh. Always getting blamed. What news, Jefferson? Where's the merchant? Further, damn. Oh, damn it all to the 7th Hell. He was not simply murdered, Jefferson. He was silenced. Too many knew his face and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the fragrant chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphanod has already been informed and you should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade and with all haste speak with Arthur. They're getting themselves into now. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Taleji Adeleji.
Taleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartino Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartino Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartino Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Taleji Adeleji proposed the Cartino Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartino Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Taleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate? And
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartino Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all of this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Psychons, that they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Psychons best suited to this task, Jet. Do take a moment to visit Maelstrom Command and make inquiries about the earliest available opportunity. Yawn, well, this is no place for children. Oh, sorry. If I was looking for you, mister, you said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? You visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Did you find the man where my parents with him? We're not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. You'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillow over there. Would require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. I may have Muhammad know what to do. Sigh, a legion of Garleans, an etheric starved primal, even doing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes the Firminphilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Jeff said, "This is Mephilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the 12 Woods has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive." 12 Woods? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixal activity which leaves the Sylphs. Though Jepuster, you know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Okay. I knew it. I knew it. I just knew that was gonna happen. Kill the water, so we've killed earth, wind, fire, water, and now we gotta kill lightning or thunder. There's Bahamut. It's in itself a whole nother ball game. It's a relief to see you healthy and healed. The latest news from Ulda was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alpha Not suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal Erlong. The other Psychons will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, they'll summon them now. Sure. They're all still level 50 class materials they keep on getting. Mephilia wishes to discuss the latest threat to rise in the Black Shroud. Oh my goodness. We're never going to stop fighting these guys until they're like completely KO'd, aren't they? Alright, well here's the other Psychons. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news of the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramu. Sorry, may have? Then it is not certain. The elder Seat Seater informs us that the elementals themselves rumor of the Lord of Revenant's return to the forest. The Sylphans, however, display no sign of undue commotion. Forgive us, antecedent, but the fact not contradict the elementals' testimony. Unlike his more bellicose peers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. Imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness for this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, Twud would surely have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not so soon. Not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papalamo I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Slips feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once, right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans had came trampering through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sith cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Yeda and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud that, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Oda drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It's like the Slips perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion and quickened their efforts to summon their gods. I am put in mind of Titan and the Kobolds once again. It is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind, but that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Impostor, through your dealings with the Slips of Little Solace, if you once succeed in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania, I wonder might one who has treated with the Slips so frugally in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity. If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. We find hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion on. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Jefferson. Pray report to Commander Helix at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Bill yourself for the worst, while I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter. Experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Leviathan will prove less than inevitable. In such an event, your fellow Psychons will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. Okay. Back to Gridania, speaking to Sally Helix. Impostor of the Psychons, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of the primal is cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than material skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Theseus' altar. The conjurer is attendants will permit you to stand. Ay. Psychons, the other Psychons provide, sir. May I show you in? Yes.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in... Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Alrighty guys, so it looks like we need to go stop Ramu and his wonderful dealings in the world. Pissed off Sage of Lightning is not going to be very happy with us. I have this weird feeling. Jetbuster of the Psychons. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat Primal Ramu himself as an unedible task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Psychons are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. The Serpent Lieutenant looks about, seemingly awaiting a visitor. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Psychons finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. Moxio, the one returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, oh my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort the good man to his fellow Psychons? It would be this one's pleasure. Walking one, please come with this one. Alright. Speak with Moxio. Where is this? Oh, of course, it would be in the Sophians land. Way out here in the middle of nowhere. Oh. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Silslands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Okay. All the way out there? Really? Axio. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here to the south. Go in safety and walking. Okay, right. Going this way. Guy, there he is. Palamo! How you doing, buddy? So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded slip tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking measurements. Yes, it's quite the ordeal. That you should have seen the look on your Stilla's face when the impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalo. My apologies, it's not like me to ramble. So, at any rate, I was saying I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I am pleased to say that I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the slips outright. Come, Jetbuster, Lord of Levin waits. We're going now. Bring me out here and then you just straight up abandoned me. Oh, okay. Way out there. Gotcha. this is their crystal station.
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Holy smokes! Oh, he looks pissed.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Holy smokes.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Striking the tree. Time to take on Rama. Guess we'll give it a few moments here while we search for our comrades. Got away. Be there. Ooh, it's gonna be intense. Alright, we gotta take on Rama, guys. Should be pretty interesting. this is gonna be so much intensity. Oh, that hurt. Wow. I don't know what I expect from this guy. Wrecking me. Oh my goodness. This guy hurts, man. Oh, this is so cool. Yikes. Almost dead.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. 'Tis
In witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
This guy. Still don't like him. Gotta go there first? Okay, do that. So you returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? Challenge you to test to a test of arms. It is well then that you may have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gordania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Roman has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty to stage Emissary the Elder. The Caesar must perform your deeds at once. Lord Caesar will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gordania and make directly from the Lotus Stand. And conjure at Nobilia's altar will be expecting you. Farewell, Jim. Okay, time to continue on our epic journey, guys. Mother of Pearl. Alright. Let's go talk to this lad.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartino, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Jumbuster? I'd hope Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems the Earsinger too was well pleased with the outcome. What say you, Jumbuster? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Okay, guys. We've done so much so far. I need to find a vendor really quick and sell some stuff. Bunch of miscellaneous stuff that does not need to be here. Okay, hold on. Let's bring up our okay, I want to sell what? Selling this. There we go. This excess junk. gosh, I have so many gear pieces that are needed. I think we've gotten rid of like all of our junk. Good, I can't sell the level 5 custom bead. Curious? Okay. Sell that. Sell that either. Yes. All this stuff is not being able to be sold. Gosh, we have so many pants we have to sew. I have to get my bags cleaned out for gear going forward. Alright, we had to get rid of a lot of that stuff because it was running out of room. Okay, back to the story, guys. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and continue. Cause I'm running like a moth. Welcome back, Chipbuster. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of my own, but your anger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of Lord Ramu, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascians and mortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
"'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated."
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called Immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Lord Levin is returned to the ether as was Leviathan before him. Ma's acquaintance was most intriguing. Infernal, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Leviathan all have been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too infinite, all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are pain. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken Eorzea's fertile soil. We only led men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a near deity seize. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and one true God shall be again. Alright guys, we're gonna stop here for right now. I'm gonna take another quick break. I gotta eat. Yeah, we're gonna continue. So it looks like it's getting a little bit more enticing. We've now figured out how to kill the Ascians. Now we just need to conjure something to use to kill the Ascians with. So it should be pretty fun, but I'm gonna take a break. Talk to you guys later.